Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our Nullius playthrough. Still on Christmas break, so we're pumping out the YouTube videos, and our base has caught up a little bit. I let it idle for, I don't know, half an hour to an hour. And in our last episode, we got battery 2s and processor 2s automated, so we've got plenty of those going. I probably should increase the stack sizes on the red circuits. That seems like maybe I undershot a little bit. We'll do 3 per, what are these called? Provider chest. So then those will run a little bit longer, and we'll have a few more of those stored up. And then we have power on our list of to-do, as always. We're mostly okay as long as wind is good, but when wind is not good, I don't think we have enough geothermal to handle what we have, so... We also took a look at nuclear in the last episode, and the problem is we're not getting quite enough heavy water per second to handle nuclear without being able to do the breeder cell recycling thing. Because I did some quick, dirty math on the heavy water. So each heavy water basically can get me... Well, each 40 heavy water gets me 1 tritium, and 1 tritium is a fourth of a fusion cell, which is 500 megajoules, because that's a fourth of 2 gigajoules. So 40 heavy water is 500 megajoules, which means each 1 unit of heavy water is 12.5 megajoules. So if we look at my production of heavy water, you can see that I'm producing about 5 per second, which would only be 75, I think. No, that would be 15. It's only like 62.5 megawatts is the nuclear amount we would get right now. So until I unlock the next tier of cell, which is the breeder cells in nuclear power 2, or I get a ton more heavy water, I just don't think this is worth it. You know what, Complex Color? You are so right. That's without neighbor bonuses. I kind of forgot about that. And a 2x2 grid would have 100% neighbor bonus. So I guess I would get about 120 megawatts on average if I were to fire up the whole nuclear process right now, which isn't quite enough to be worth it. Also, hello to you too. How are you doing? How's the, what's today, Wednesday? I love losing track of time. So we're going to get some modules going. I have no idea how many per second I should automate, but we're just going to go for it. Originally we had... This wasn't it. Where was my module build? Oh, this was it. Yeah. I had 0.2 of the main ones. So I think I'll stick with 0.2 of each thing. And let's see what buildings they're made in. So we've now unlocked speed 3. That's small assembly. I think they're all small assemblers still. Yeah, they're all still small assemblers. Now I can make them boxed, which is nice. So we'll probably do that. And let's see. Let's use some more vertical space here. I have a lot of vertical space. And we'll get our beacon grid. Oh, crap. Well, we've gotten off-grid, so we'll start this back up here. Oh, my benzene! It's all gone now, so we can get rid of this. Forgot about that. How did sludge barrels... Oh, it must have emptied out. I see. Okay. I get it. So that emptied out, and then sludge barrels came in. Okay, so the new grid is here. Okay, so we'll fill this whole area with modules. Ta-da! Small assemblers. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a reason to do anything other than the basics. Now, how many, I guess... Wait. Oh, do I need medium assemblers for the boxed versions? I do. Okay, so we'll probably do that. And That's 4 ingredients. That's 6 ingredients for efficiency 3s. It's a little unfortunate that it's 6 ingredients, because I wanted to use the smaller chests. But, oh well. So we will need the bigger requester chest here. And we're just gonna go with the basics. I mean, enough of these and we'll be good to go. I don't know how many I'll need, but we'll start with this many. And then the only other thing I need to do is box the other types of modules. So let's start with the one I care the most about. Yield 3s require efficiency 3, yield 2, and productivity 1. Those are the ones I already have, except efficiency 3. 0.2 per second. Only requires about 3 buildings, it looks like. There we go. So then this one can be efficiency 3s. And that's only 0.124 per second. And these require 1 box of those. So I need maybe 3 more. There we go, 0.207. Then we need efficiency 2s, I already have those. Now we're gonna want some prod 2s. Not very many, I don't use these very often. Honestly, just one of those is probably fine. And then speed 3s require haste 3s, which I need haste 3s. Wait, 1, 2, 4. 0.2 haste 3s, that should work. And then, oh gosh, I missed. Okay, and then we've got speed 3s. And that is 0.331, which is more than enough, actually. But those are probably the most common ones, so I'll leave it. And then we've got 1 square on all the outputs, I think, which we'll modify as needed. Now we have to go make sure that all the old ones are boxed. And upgraded. I don't think I've upgraded to the tier 3 assemblers. So that's an easy change here to improve all the rates on this to make sure it can keep up. And then we also want belt and inserter upgrades here on all of this, which is a lot of upgrades. Hopefully I have that many inserters and belts. And then we'll do some basic boxing out here, just to provide the boxes of the things I need, which was boxing on haste 2s, right? Boxing on yield 2s, boxing on prod 1s, and boxing on efficiency 2s, which I think I already did that over here. And those are efficiency 1s. Okay. So we need some boxers here. I think 1 square of each is probably good, because there's going to be a buffer on the other side too. And then click, click, click. Oh, and then we need a module inserter, which is set to more yield modules. Get that going. Bingo, bingo. Alright. So hopefully that does it. Oh, and we gotta upgrade the wire makers here. A little bit more yield. There we go. Okay. So everything should have 15% productivity now, and soon to be even more than that once I get the next tier of module. So then those boxes will fly up here. Each one of these should have a minute's worth of crafting. I do want to set that correctly. Maybe I'll even do slightly more than a minute. Time spent, we'll do 80 seconds. So then we can just click, 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 click. Because they'll get a little bit faster as soon as I get better speed modules and beacons. So 80 seconds hopefully will be enough, even once they go faster. Yeah, and we'll see if that all starts working. Looks like it's begun working. So then all of those will start rolling, and then we're going to need some unboxing of 4 types. And unboxing, bam, 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 and bam. And I'm going to start with, oh gosh, nope, not 1.1000. We're going to go back to the recipe amount 5. Don't need 1.1000 boxes. We'll just do 10 boxes, maybe 20. And we'll let these fill up at 3 stacks each for now. And we won't unbox the other ones yet, because I want the other ones to build up. But hey, look, there we are. We already have yield module 3s. Chef's kiss. It's beautiful. So that is module 3s. That actually wasn't too bad. And I guess we'll just find out over time which resources end up being scarce. These do use processor 2s, sensor 2s, and battery 2s, which overall is pretty expensive. These ones don't use battery 2s, actually, but they do use heat pipe 3s, and I feel like those were expensive. What went into heat pipe 3s? Oh yeah, pipe 4s, jeez. Pipe 4s is never a good thing, and helium. And then the speed modules themselves are more processors along with haste and old efficiency. Okay. Yeah, yes, Dave. 1.1000 of those modules would be optimistic, especially boxes of those modules. But I think the first place we put the new yield is in these assemblers. And then as we get more, we'll finish making all of these higher yield. 21% is a lot better than 15%. Okay. There we go. There's another box. Sweet. Okay. Those are all good, right? And then we want the speed ones probably next. So I need 12. Well, there's 11. Just have to wait another minute. What are these short on? Looks like they're short on efficiency 2 boxes. So let's just check and make sure that's all running full speed here. Efficiency 2s are running full time. 0.783. That should be good enough. How many of those get used, though? I guess I didn't check that. So, 1 box for those. Haste module 2s get used in large amounts. So we use speed and efficiency for that, and here we use yield, productivity. Yeah, I mean, I guess we end up using a lot altogether. But these ones get used in large amounts. Although we do make quite a few per second. I might add in 1 more assembler here, and I can utilize long boy inserters here. So that'll go a little faster. Honestly, I should probably rebuild all this, but it's here, so kind of don't want to mess with it. I can throw in some large beacons on the top and bottom. Speed things up a little bit. Okay. Let's see what we got. I also should put more productivity on science, because that's a pretty important one. Okay, speed these up. Wow, these are just not getting anything, because it looks like they're all coming here first. Maybe I should make boxed versions of all the old stuff. Maybe it's too slow. Oh gosh, 200 is not enough. Gotta bump this up, maybe 400. Yeah, I do have plenty of room. I think I don't want to overbuild this though. This probably already uses a lot of resources. Yeah, I mean, 20 plastic a second. This is already a significant resource sink, so I don't actually know if I want to build more. I think we'll just let it be what it is for now. Eventually I'll get speed modules and beacon 2s, and that'll speed things up quite a bit. Oh, I need to deal with salt. If you look at our logistics here, we have 184,000. So we need to do a bit more salt dumping. This is a good place for it. We'll go by the old pond. This is the longest standing body of water in my base, and I'll just remove it. And apart from that outfall, I don't think any of them are getting used. This isn't doing anything, right? Yep, that's not connected to a thing. These are not connected to anything. That's not connected to anything. This is all just another caustic solution. Oh, also not connected. There we go. Alright. I will leave just the tiniest of ponds there. There we go. Okay. So then, to get rid of salt, we need some hydro plants. And where's the recipe? This one. So we'll add in 12 salt boxes per second. Hopefully that's enough. 2,400 fresh water. The wells tier 2 should be able to handle that. These are fast. Yeah, that is enough right there. 2,500. And then each one of these, well, I guess altogether they need 5 outfalls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need space for requester chests. So I think I'll do this. Yeah, I have the saltiest of all factories right now. That is for sure. So we'll just do one of these. And probably request like 400, because the rate's pretty big. And then you'll only outsert. We'll keep salt boxes at a healthy 6,000 here. Greater than. Okay. And then we can make that even a little bit faster. Make these faster. surely that outpaces my factory's salt production, right? Salt box, 1.5 thousand a minute. What even is that? Divide by 6. You get 2.5 thousand. Divide by 10, 0.25 thousand. Are we seriously getting that many per second? 25 boxes of salt per second. Was that from lithium? Yeah, it was. Okay, so what that means is we should also be producing sodium sulfate from salt, probably. Because right now I'm producing it from hydroxide. And salt is going to be easier, and that will provide some free hydrochloric acid. Twitch just let me know the pre-roll ads are back on. We've run out of our initial half hour. Sad stuff. I wish you could just turn off pre-roll altogether, but Twitch won't let you do that, which is sad. So I want to... Where's my sodium sulfate? Who remembers? I don't. Here. Okay. Oh, I was very close. It's just right here. So here is the sodium sulfate. Yes. So we want you to only go if sodium sulfate is underneath 1,000. And then we want... Oh, we should improve productivity on all this. JPGXYYM. That sounds potentially like a spam name, but if that's your name, thanks for the follow. I also get a lot of weird spam followers, so you never know. When a name has a lot of strange letters in it, you never know. Okay, so we want Kim plants. Hey, he's real! Well, welcome on into the stream. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we want sodium sulfate from salt now. That can handle... Which generation base is this? This is the... I mean, I'd call it second, probably. Everything's logistics bot based, everything's boxed, and we are in physics apparatus. Had the name for 6 years. Well, that's impressive. So here's a question. Do I use productivity or not? Because on one hand, it's supposed to get rid of salt, but on the other hand, we're using sulfuric acid. So I'll save sulfuric acid if I use productivity. So I think I will use productivity. That can handle... Well, I need... What? Oh, shoot. Definitely need another large beacon. 10 salt a second, 5.6 sulfate. How much sulfate am I using? Sulfate... In the last hour, I used less than 1 a second. I mean, in the last 10 hours, I've not even used 2 a second, so this should be plenty. So we'll get this set up. And then that will go into an active provider. I guess we could also just do a large chest, and then this will only throw sulfate in as long as we're under... That's a good question, Color. We are in the middle in the third of those. We're actively making it. We still have a lot of physics apparatus tech left, though. Here's the tech tree currently. So you can see this is getting towards astronomy science, and we still have quite a few unresearched... I did not mean to click. We still have quite a few unresearched techs, but we've also gotten a lot of physics done. So we're kind of maybe about halfway through the tech tree of physics. So we want this to be less than 4,000. I'll do 3,500, maybe 3,800. 4,000 is when I start knowing I need to get rid of something, so we'll leave a little bit of a gap there. And then I do think we'll be okay to just actively provide away this hydrochloric acid. I hope. So we'll do that. Barreling, hydrochloric. And JPG, yes, my next series is going to be Pyanodons. We are hyped for that. So hyped. And then sulfuric. Should I connect it? Nah, we'll just use bots. There, it's fine. I'm gonna have 2 or 3 bots soon. Alright, 250 of those. Unbarreling should be good. And then request, salt. No techs in queue, that's correct. We were letting our base catch up because we were super behind on resources for a while. I think at this point I should start researching. That's a good reminder. I do want tier 4 advanced underground pipes eventually. I want that eventually. I just need this to get to a bunch of other technologies. So we'll get those braking technologies. We'll do the next grid battery. And we'll do the next geothermal. And then we'll do nuclear power. Get that going. Now, nuclear, like I already mentioned, I'm just not quite... I'm not quite getting enough heavy water for that to be valuable right now, but potentially soon. And you only want to run if salt boxes are at least 1,000, just to make sure we always have some. Although I don't think I'm using salt for anything else, so that should be fine. So that will be yet another way to get rid of salt. And I did set this one... Where did I put them? This guy, right? I put conditions on those? Yeah. Okay. So hopefully salt boxes will be going down. 187,000. I guess we'll see. Jeez, that's so much salt. And then we potentially might have too many hydrochloric acid barrels. I don't remember if I vent those down here. Let's find out. Oh, we do. If I have more than 1,000, we vent hydrochloric acid barrels. And if we have less than, let's just say 970, then we insert from here. I never put a condition on this second one. That's a problem. Pelgrin, good question. Why are my bots invisible? That is because I have a mod that makes them invisible. That is to save the Twitch and YouTube compression algorithms from being horrifically grainy. With the amount of bots that I play with, it would be very grainy. Okay, perfect. There we go. It is sad. I do like seeing them, but just the amount that it gets compressed makes it kind of sad. Did I already... Are all my modules already backed up? Because these have all stopped running. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Processors. So why are processors stopped? Well, that's because I'm out of them. Time to build some more nanofabricators. So many nanofabricators. And I am getting closer to tier 2 nanofabs, which will be nice because they're at least twice as fast. But that's still only twice as fast. We really need them to be about 10 times as fast. Given how slow they are. Honestly, this... I might just... I'll leave that because I have no reason to remove it, but I'm going to build a new nanofab section next to the red circuits to make green circuits. Seems reasonable. And if I'm smart, I can kind of... I have so many random storage chests that get in the way of my perfect little grid. Okay. So basically, I want to copy this, but without... Guess I can copy it wherever. We'll copy it down here. I actually need to delete out all the requesters, because that's going to mess me up. Okay. So we'll put that there. This guy doesn't have power, because I think I depowered him. That is going to mess with my grid, though. I probably shouldn't do this here. But I don't want to do it above that one, because I'm going to expand that later, so... Whatever, it's fine. So these are going to be for green circuits. And let's see, we'll have the argon in the middle, nitric acid on the outside. Unbarreling nitric acid and argon. Wait, nope, that doesn't work. We need an uncompressor. 1, 2, 3. Because we have compressed argon. Decompress. I just hit helium. Argon decompression. What's the rate? Very small. Very small. And empty nitric acid. Also very small. That connected around. I'll let these fill up a bit more. They're not quite as slow. And then we need some requester chest. Surely that's enough, right? That will use... Yeah, about 100 seconds. Okay. Copy that. Bam. Okay, 0.7 boxes a second. That's actually pretty decent. So we'll stick around just to make sure that it properly runs. But it should, unless I'm missing something. Still a lot of bots. So we're at 11,600 bots now, by the way. Because sometimes our base goes crazy. About 2 gigawatts of power usage. Man. Oh, we can get one more up here. There we go. There's more green processors. Okay. I mean, right now there's only about 4,000 in use, but it still looks like that. Once I get to the next tier of bots, it'll cut the number in half in terms of how many get used for the throughput I need. And... yeah, the biggest issue I have right now is graphene. Actually, no, that's not true. That's backed up. Okay. I just know I tend to have graphene issues, but I guess right now we're okay on it. I could put in some new solar. There's science going crazy. Oh, yeah. New modules. Let's get... So why are these? These are all stopped up on efficiency 2s. Oh, I did get quite a few yield 3s. That's good. I should put those on my request. Yield 3s, 2 stack of those. And I also want a stack of speed 3s for now. So then what's going on still with efficiency 2s? Is it the processors? Looks like it is. 1.5 a second, though, we should be able to handle now. I just added 3.5 a second. So am I unboxing them is the question. I can't tell. Yeah, I am unboxing them. Okay. We just have run out. Okay. Alright, so I want the new guys here, or the physics apparatus, to have a bit more efficiency, because these are slightly more expensive. And then I don't have any of the new speed ones yet, which is sad. So why don't I have any of the new faster speed modules? Also, these are wasting power. Let's remove those. So they need speed 2 boxes, which it seems like I have none of. And haste 3s. And haste 3s need... So am I just not boxing speed 2s properly? Is that what's happening? Feels like that might be what's happening. Because I should have at least one of those. Yeah, we're just not boxing them. There we go. Simple answer is the right one. Occam's razor. Okay, speed module 2 boxing. There we go. That's all I needed. Ta-da! Okay. What are we missing? Let's just do a... Oh gosh, salt is still at 184,000. At least it's not more. I think we are catching up slowly. So the bottom of the list will always tell you what you're low on, and it looks like processors is the only thing that's currently at 0. So that's good news. Carbon fiber, I don't think I need that though. There's a lot of things that are from the old base that was unboxed. Oh, ECH barrel. That should not be at 26. Let's check that out. ECH should not be at 26. It should be at 400. So ECH here. We have plenty of it. What's... Oh, wait. I think did we build our base so that we don't need ECH barreled in the first place? Just all the things that use ECH are being made right here. Epoxy, glycerol. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're good. We should have 0 of those, actually. I can put those in a chest and destroy them if I'd like to. But yeah, plastic is caught up, rubber's caught up, acrylonitrile caught up. Gosh, that took forever. Sheesh. I don't know where to spend all my newfound yield modules, but really I want them everywhere, along with faster speed. Let's also look at the numbers. So the new yield modules are another 10% hit to speed, whereas the new speed modules, which just arrived... Yeah, upgrade planar on my entire base. That is what I'll do, but I'm scared. The new speed modules are a 10% boost to speed, a little bit more energy consumption, but since the speed boost is bigger, they still are saving, technically, slightly more energy than these ones. Most of the time. There could be a couple of situations where it doesn't quite work that way, but all that to say, if I have 2 large beacons affecting a building, then it'll go from 40 to 60% in terms of a bonus, and the speed here will go from negative 45 to negative 75. So we actually will lose a small amount of speed on buildings that are only affected by 2 large beacons. Now, as soon as I get tier 2 large beacons, we'll be fine. But the difference is going to be... and most of my buildings are affected by 4 large beacons, so they should actually be fine. In fact, they'll gain a larger bonus. But right now, minus 75 plus 60, that's minus 15, so it'll be 0.85 speed. Compared to... What is it now? It's only affected by 2. 20, 40 is 0.95. But the productivity's 1.21, which kind of counts as speed, versus the 0.95 times 1.15. So then we divide that by 1.0285. I guess I kind of did that wrong, so we'll inverse. So we lose about 6% speed for things that only have 2 large beacons. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And the other thing I thought of is we want this to be like that many stacks, because we're going to use tons of these. So I don't really want that to stop happening until a long, long time from now. And then these will both go to just 1 stack, because I use these rarely. I probably should use efficiency less rarely, especially now. 120% is a huge reduction, and I should be able to throw that even in a small module. You know, I have been using them over here where I've mixed small and large beacons, so that'll save me even more power. So I like that. I like that. Okay, power. Power and silica. Yeah, T3 buildings are very power hungry, especially like the furnaces. That being said, now that I'm thinking about it, there are a lot of furnaces right here that we could reduce power usage on. Also lamps. I use a lot of lamps. Let's help myself out with lamps. Okay, so right here is where I was thinking of with the aluminum. Unfortunately, I didn't really make this in such a way I can fit small beacons in. But even... Still don't know why my belts don't disappear when I do that. But even this should help, right? What does that actually transmit? Oh, that's bad. Because it's getting hit by 4 large beacons, it basically does nothing. So we'll just ignore that for now. Whatever. Aluminum's fine. So what do I do for power? I guess thermal solar is maybe what I should do. I think that's probably still cheaper than regular solar panels. Although regular solar panels are very nice because they just go straight into the electricity network. So the main issue right now is storage, though. So... Because I have plenty of power when there's wind. So more accumulators could be the answer. Maybe that's the easiest bet. Alternately, I could use the solar heat collectors tier 2, wherever they are, over here. I do have 150 boxes of those. And how much do they collect? These collect average of 300 kilowatts. I would need some thermal tanks. Oh, I'm supposed to automate the next tier of thermal tank. Anyway, let's do that. Right here. Thermal tank 2. These are very expensive. I will do 2 clicks, but we're only going to go to 1 stack of those for now. And because I'm here, we'll put extra yield on that. Already did all the power poles and miners. Oh, that's another thing I did in between videos. I was low on bauxite, so I had to add some more miners down there, but nothing too fancy. Okay, so thermal tank 2s have a huge transfer rate. 15 megajoule per degree. How hot do these get? Max temperature 300. So, at least with Stirling engines... The other problem is we kind of need backup. Maybe I should use steam and... that's so much work. That's all so much work. I'm just going to use grid batteries. I'm just going to use grid batteries. Where are my grid battery unboxing? Where is my grid battery unboxing? Let's try proper English. The Queen's English. Here. You, sir, give me all of your grid batteries. Wait, what am I doing? No. I want my bots to do the work. Jeez, being ridiculous. Yeah, my bots are gonna be the ones doing the work here. I guess I never made the blueprint here. But we'll just copy this and paste it. Sounds good, right? Ta-da! Sounds good to me. How many grid batteries is that? 1.7 thousand? So 1.7 thousand times 10 megajoules is going to be 17. Yeah, 17 gigajoules. That's not all that much, unfortunately. Yeah, here you can see my grid batteries cut out right there. Yeah. Well, it's something. At least that will help. Yeah, 10 seconds of backup power. The thing is, though, geothermal, you can see geothermal, like, is at minimum at least 1 gigawatt. And then we also have 125 megawatts of regular solar, so if that's on... So essentially, even though it looks like our base is using 2.7, in a sense, we only need to be able to provide like 1 to 2 gigawatts of backup power at any given time. But we still probably want some backup turbines on like surge compressing. I could build some huge build for that. Maybe I should set up some solar too. The problem with solar too is it still isn't backup power. It's primary power. And that's not really what I need more of. I already have enough total power, I just need more backup. So that would be things in the form of like steam generation with, you know, like let's just build a tiny build for fun. Because these are, I think, 100% efficient now that we're at tier 3. So let's just say I made compressed hydrogen and oxygen, and then I threw in... Yeah, that's exactly what I think I'm going to do. Complex is just see what the setup looks like. So then we have a combustion chamber on compressed hydrogen and oxygen. Although, why is it compressed hydrogen but not compressed oxygen? That's annoying. Why would that be that way? Why are you like this? Confused screaming. Okay. I don't think there's a tech for it. This clearly is the one with compressed. Oh, nope. There's just another one that I didn't look at. I take back everything I ever said. Okay. So this can use a lot. So we would probably just have multiple electrolyzers. 384. I can still do one more. I'm not actually going to build this here. I'm just designing. 512. Okay, so that's pretty close in terms of ratios to one combustion chamber. And then... Oh, wait. These need to be surge 3s. Crap. Surge. Electrolyzer 3. I'm not even building those. I think they work twice as fast, though, so I'm only going to need 2 of them. But I do need to actually automate Surge Electrolyzer 3. just a little bit. So I think I only need 2. And then the water needs are fairly low at 320. Oh, at tier 3 they're the same speed? That's sad. They were faster at the lower tiers. Speed of 4. Speed of 4. You're right. Man. Bummer. Okay, well, that's fine. I still want them to be surge, though, because that's the whole point of surge power, but... So I will need 4 of them still. Okay, so that's there. So this, by itself, uses 7.75 times 4, about 30 megawatts. And the steam generates 5,100. And I think what I want is a pump directly, never find them, pump 3, directly into large tank. And then that can store up to 500,000 steam. Steam is 6 kilojoules. 500,000 times 6 is 3 million. Yeah. So 3 million means this holds 3 million kilojoules, which is 3 gigajoules. Might want to store the compressed H2O2. You know, that's very smart. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that means a lot more volume per tank. And this, by itself, can run at an insane rate. 5,000 per second is that's 30 megawatts of power from just one of these. Yeah. So, okay. We're getting there. Wisdom is being added by viewers. Okay, so then this will go into a tank. I need 2 tanks of hydrogen, 1 tank of oxygen. And the storage amount then, what's the ratio here? So 45 oxygen makes 850 steam. So 500,000 divided by 45 oxygen times 850. Well, that's how many... Yeah. And then times the 6 kilojoules. Divided by 1,000 will give me megajoules. Divided by 1,000 will give me gigajoules. Ooh, 56 gigajoules. That is a number that I like. I like that number. Beautiful. Okay. Let's actually build this. I think I know what I'm doing now. So we'll build this up a little farther away from normal base stuff because it doesn't need to be nearby. And then obviously I can add more electrolyzers into this. But here we basically want a little pump here, a little pump here. The flow rates on those are fairly small-ish, so I don't need to add a ton of extra pumps. Yeah, I mean, we could handle 2 of these, and I will. Okay, so then we've got this, and these tanks need to go into heat exchangers. Can never find them. Combustion chambers. How many combustion chambers? Because each one of these can handle a pretty crazy rate of 5,000 steam. So 5,000 steam needs how many backup turbines? And am I making backup turbine 3s? I'm not. Crap. Well, now I actually want backup turbine 3s. I thought I was never going to need them, and here we are. So backup turbine 3s, backup turbine 3. Yeah, I'm aware of the pipe throughput issue. We'll get that figured out. If I have a pump off of the combustion chamber, the pump can handle 9,000, and that'll go directly into a tank that has multiple pumps off of it. And that should do it. We'll do 3 squares of these. But I believe with these pump 3s we can make it work. So that's 30 megawatts of potential. And backup turbines run at 6 each. So we need 5 of those. And it is possible. I mean, let's at least try it. I think this might actually just run if we do something like this. I think this might work, but it's possible that that 1 square messes with it. But maybe we can make 30 megawatts this way. Now these, I guess I could just do 2 in a row. Assuming it can flow through one building into the other fast enough. Let's try that. We'll get water flowing here. How much water? 680. These need 640. Okay, and I will put efficiency in here just so that it's extra cheap. Not that it was very expensive in the first place. And we get 2 wells. Maybe. How much? 1280. Yeah, about 2 wells per a hydro plant is correct. And of course there's more wastewater that I'm going to be wasting, unfortunately. I don't really care to nuclearize that. Okay. So now we got this, and then... I mean, I'll have to set up some pumps and stuff, but we're still just kind of testing. So I'll just connect these up. I'll actually let them fill for a bit. Of course, wind had to die out right now while we're trying to test this. You know, I guess I can just replace these with priority turbines for a second. Or priority electrolyzers. Just to get some initial liquids. And then we'll see if these all run properly. I do only need 5. And this one could just do that. If this does work, then this will be sufficient. Also, this only makes 5,100. But that's... I'm doing something wrong. Oh, 1.2 thousand times 6 would actually make 7.2 megawatts. So these aren't going to use 1,200 a second. They're only going to use 1,000 a second. Okay. Alright. Let's connect it up and see what happens. Well, the problem is we still have accumulators, so as soon as those die, we'll see what happens. Huh? They're running 6 megawatts. No, they're not. Dang. Not quite good enough. Okay. So, I think we need to move this slightly to the side and do a... Probably a medium tank should work. And then we can do one of these. And then one of these. Does this actually work? And I'm going to make these priority turbines so we can actually find out. Then I'm going to copy this to get a little bit more juice here. Ooh, I do not need that many accumulators. Oh, this YouTube video is getting long. Sorry, people. Though, at this point, you're probably expecting it. Okay, get those all set up, and then these are all weird now. Okay. Oxygen connections, hydrogen connections. Okay, so those are all running. This one's not connected. That generates 2,000 hydrogen. The pipe throughput's probably an issue. I guess the water throughput's an issue, but whatever. Okay, I just wanted to let this build up a little bit. And I'll hook this up again, and I'll actually use some priority turbines just to test. Okay, that is able to suck all of the steam out. And this looks like it does work. It's kind of ugly. Maybe I should use a small tank here. Wait. There we go. Okay, so we can do that. Now, is that flow rate enough? Do a little pump. I wonder if the 2 tiles will mess that up. Yeah, 1 to 4 would be easier. Oh, I'm just not using enough power. I was like, what's going on here? So I think that works. Who knows? Alright, well let's at least make these surge electrolyzers so this functions properly. Of course I'm too short. Not like I'm not tall enough, but I'm 2 items short of having enough items. And then we'll just add another water maker here. Because each of these is 30, so this is another 120 megawatts of constant surge production. And then we can store, what did I calculate? This stores something like 56 gigajoules worth of steam. And then for each one of these we can give back only up to 30 megawatts. So that's the main issue. is the 30 megawatts. So I need to change how this is all hooked up, because I need a bunch of these. And one can use up to 540, so I can put like 3 on a single line. We'll do something like that. Hydrogen will go around, straight in. I guess oxygen will be over here. Which one's the... yeah, oxygen's lower flow, so that's fine. Vulnerable to really harsh power outs. Yeah, so this is only surge, though. So the fact that it's only surge means the whole point of this thing is to only run... oh, you mean these pumps. Yeah, that's a good point. I hope pumps have power priority. If pumps have power priority, then we're still okay. If they don't, then I need to kind of do one of those things where the pumps are on a separate power network. Let's see. Well, I mean, this is at least something. Me overthinking? That never happens. Yeah, this would probably be a lot better if I didn't use a bunch of pumps. Combustion chambers aren't that expensive. You've got a point there. Well, how much do I care to redesign this? At least for now, I'm just going to leave this because I don't know how much I really care about doing power like that anyway, so we'll just leave the somewhat ugly 90. That can give me back 90 is all, right? 3 sets of 30. So 90 megawatts is not very much. I think I just don't like how big I have to build these. Like, if I really want, you know, like 500 megawatts, I need 100 priority turbines. I think I'd rather just build giant fields of accumulators. And it's far more UPS efficient to build giant fields of accumulators. So, that being said, we have more grid batteries ready to go. So I think I am going to copy this once again. Now, I really should have made it a... oh, crap. Blueprint. We're going to make it a blueprint. And there we go. It'll overlap a little bit with wind. That's fine. But yeah, honestly, this feels a lot easier. It's more expensive, probably, in the long term. Because even what I just built is only 17 gigajoules. And this alone, those 3 tanks can hold... what is it? What did we say? 55 gigajoules? Something like that. Nullius is a lot more complicated than vanilla. That would be an understatement, Helgerin. Nullius is very complicated. Lots of the liquid stuff is pretty complicated too. But at least with this, the problem is to get back that 55 gigajoules, I would need, you know, 100 turbines. So it's going to be a pretty big build. I don't think it would be maybe this big, but it'd still be pretty big. All right, well, we got modules running. We've got nuclear power researched, so we can potentially start making some fusion cells just for fun, kind of as a backup. So we could use nuclear power as backup. The problem is this generates heat, which we do have to use a bunch of Stirling engines or whatever to use up as well. So we're going to keep researching towards the next level of beacon, and then after that will be space science. We also happen to get another robot speed upgrade at some point, but let's queue up some researches here. Oh, there's also solar thermal 3, robotics 3, nanofabricator 2s. There's the next tier of logistics bot, and then faster walk speed. So we'll get those queued up, and then I'm going to call it a YouTube video here. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.